This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, and thanks for joining us. I'm Jacqueline Matter.
And along with John Scalzi, I'm Don Brennan. Thanks for joining us on this Wednesday morning, December 21st. We're moving closer again every day. It's like you see, like, what is that, Nodar? Is it Nodar that Santa comes across the radar, John?
Nodar.
You've never heard of that?
No, Nodar?
No,
the radar that
Santa.
tracks Santa.
Oh, NORAD.
There you go.
Nodar.
All right, Nodar.
You had me confused.
No, duh.
That's what I should have said to you.
Okay, yeah, we're good now. I got that.
Any clouds in
yes.
Santa's forecast coming his way?
Yeah, no, I think he has no
Nodar.
concerns whatsoever. He can just get right through that Nodar without any problem.
We're not letting you live that one down.
Hey, I can live with it.
We have some very pleasant weather out there right now. No need for Rudolph's nose this morning. We don't have the fog problems around. Dew points are lower. Have you noticed it's a little cooler outside? No, they haven't noticed it's a little cooler outside, but trust me, it is. We have some cloud cover as well. The cloud cover is not producing any rainfall.
Say that on the Nodar?
No, there was no Nodar echo whatsoever. We have today daytime highs the top out in the mid to upper 70s. It'll be a beautiful day. We'll have the complete forecast in a second.
Thank you, John. Taking a look at Suncoast roadways, our Nodar is tracking no traffic at all on the Suncoast right now. Manatee County looking good. Everything's moving along. 75 free and clear as it heads into Sarasota County. Sarasota County is also looking pretty good this morning. No worries or delays at this point in the morning. Now, topping our news this morning, another construction plan is raising ire, or at least a little concern in the city. This one, a new hotel off of Fruitville Road in Sarasota.
Yeah, this morning the proposal is set to go in front of the city's review committee, and its development has many thinking about growth right here on the Suncoast. ABC 7's Rick Adams has the details.
This is the spot where Choice Hotels International is looking to build a 5-story, 118-room hotel. It's on Fruitville Road between Central and Coconut. Bob Matthews' home is directly behind where this hotel will be built. He says that having a hotel in this spot isn't a bad thing.
I've expected it. There's a lot of growth in Sarasota. And actually, I think it's a smart move compared to some of the other places.
It's not yet known which of the Choice hotels will be built here. Comfort Inn and Quality Inn are just a few of the types of hotels in the Choice Hotel group. The Greater Sarasota Chamber of Commerce says there is a need for hotels like this because so many people are now visiting the Sarasota area.
Variety is key, and when you put yourself in the shoes of a tourist, people come to this area with different notions of what they want to do, levels of comfort, price points. So for us, the opportunity to offer all different price points, all different flags is really critical to be able to attract all different sorts of consumers to the area.
The city of Sarasota tells us that if all goes according to plan, construction could begin sometime this spring. Meanwhile, Matthews and his wife now have their home on the market after 45 years of being in the family. They tell us it's not because of the planned hotel, but because they're ready for a change.
Sarasota is growing. It's getting very busy, and I think it's getting very pricey. And I think, we're kind of country people, and we want a quiet spot.
In Sarasota, I'm Rick Adams, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right. Plans to build a new hotel at the Bradenton Area Convention Center, well, they're falling right into place.
Yeah, that project is calling for a 250-room hotel with a public meeting space and a restaurant. The Palmetto City Commission has voted on a financial agreement to help fund the project with Manatee County. However, they're now looking for more insight on the county's commitment to the project before they make any final agreement. Now, once everything is finalized, hearings for rezoning and site plans will be held early next year, and construction could be completed by 2018.
This morning, more than 100 Sarasota homes and about 24 businesses are probably happy to have their water back on. Last night, a water main break in the county caused their water to be shut off as repairs took place near Bee Ridge Road and Swift Road. Owners were not the only ones affected, though. Drivers also had to take extra precaution with water all over the place. Only one lane was open in both directions of Bee Ridge Road. Thankfully, the work was finished and cleared up near midnight. And the Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles is warning computer users of an online scam.
Yeah, they say an outside company is representing itself as the DHSMV and demanding payment for fake citations. The fraudulent email sent to locals requested the payment within a certain time frame, then says it will falsely require a daily late fee payment. The Highway Safety Department says, however, that they do not email citations to customers, nor do they require citation payment through email.
Now, those imposters are not the only ones scamming internet users this holiday season, though. Now, the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office is warning consumers about identity theft while shopping online. Because identity thieves are overly active this time of year, Detective Carlos Verdoni is recommending if you shop online, use a credit card instead of a debit card. He says if a shopper's debit card information is stolen, it can lead to a bigger loss.
Whatever you have in your checking account or savings account. I mean, you literally can lose thousands. If you have to use your debit card, I would say just be more cognizant of where you use it at, who may be looking over your shoulder, and definitely checking your accounts more often.
The Sheriff's Office recommends shoppers sign up for bank alerts through text messages to stay informed of any fraudulent activity. While shopping at a store in person, paying with cash is probably the safest option, although if you're short on cash, Detective Verdoni said he might be able to lend you some. No,
Well,
just kidding.
he might not like that when he hears that.
So I always use my debit card for everything,
Yeah,
because I don't like to carry cash.
Me neither.
I'm a target,
Of course. They're coming for you, Don.
Yeah, exactly. The Suncoast is continuing to amp up for Christmas.
Yeah, one group of young performers even taking their show on the road now to spread some holiday cheer. And for the first time in almost 30 years, an annual Christmas Eve nativity service has relocated. It's held by the First Presbyterian Church in downtown Sarasota, and event organizers say they're moving due to renovations with, quote, just no room at the inn this year. The service is now instead taking place at the auditorium in Payne Park. Now, despite the situation, leaders at the church say with a message as meaningful as theirs, the show must go on.
This is the story. This is what the kids need to hear. And so every year we hear messages of Santa and gift giving and elves on the shelf and everything else. And so for families to really be involved in telling the story that means the most to us, the story of Jesus being born, is really special for this church.
Now, the cast includes more than 50 performers, and everyone is welcome to attend the show at 4 o'clock on Christmas Eve.
Church is also holding a Blue Christmas service tonight at 6 o'clock, taking time to acknowledge that for many, the holidays are not a cheery time of year. For those dealing with the death of a loved one, facing life after divorce, or similar situations of loss, sometimes it's hard to find joy this time of year. The unique event is aimed at inspiring locals going through those tough times and hopes to help the community find some peace. And as the Sarasota County Commission recently approved more than $150,000 to help local youth, one group, well, they want to be on the front line.
Yeah, they're planning on finding more resources to help kids who may be falling through the cracks in terms of receiving aid. ABC 7's Kate Flexter has the details.
In Sarasota County, 18% of children live in poverty, 900 are homeless, and 30 are removed from their homes each month. They're all statistics that overwhelm programs put in place to help.
Everyone had a desire to make sure that no child slipped through the cracks here in Sarasota, that every child could get from birth to a career.
John McCarthy is the executive director for the group Scope. He helps gather and analyze data for pertinent local issues. This year, along with the Positive Youth Development Council, they're turning their attention to young people.
It's like a dashboard, and it gives you the data that you need, the critical data that you need to be able to keep your finger on the pulse of what's going on in the community.
It's that data, he says, that creates accountability and encourages positive change.
It allows the community to hold itself accountable, that we make sure that we take care of those youth, that we make sure that the programs are in place where they're needed, when they're needed, in the way that they're needed, and that we don't have gaps in the system.
Assistant Director for the Guardian Ad Litem program, Nina Sumalang, sees that need firsthand.
They know what abuse is, they felt abandonment, they've suffered neglect.
The Guardian Ad Litem program provides children with a volunteer who advocates for that child in court. And Sumalang says they struggle to provide enough volunteers, especially as the local heroin epidemic intensifies. In 2012, 92% of children in care were given volunteers. 4 years later, that number has dropped to just 82%.
They're not getting any younger. And the longer they languish, the more trauma they experience, unfortunately, because again, all a kid really wants to do is be a kid.
It's just one small example of a growing need for resources for young people, and McCarthy says it's a need that must be addressed.
If the youth of Sarasota are successful, the community of Sarasota is successful, and that's why it's so important to us.
Kate Flexter, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
All right, the next step is taking inventory of actually what progress, what programs already exist there.
Yeah, and after that, they'll be able to determine more on what still needs to be done.
Yes, all right. Now, some young people from State College of Florida are planning on paying it forward.
And they're taking the time to help bring joy to children stuck in the hospital this holiday season. The group heading out this morning includes SCF's mascot, communication staffs, and a few alumni nursing students. They'll head to Sarasota Memorial Hospital at 10 o'clock, but they won't be going empty-handed. Along with them, gift baskets are being brought for the kids after visiting SMH. They'll also make their way over to Bradenton, where they plan to do the same for kids at Manatee Memorial Hospital.
Manatee County Animal Services celebrating a successful holiday season. They say 37 pets have new families thanks to last weekend's Home for the Holidays event. The nonprofit no-kill animal rescue Forget Me Not partnered with Animal Services for the special adoption event. And if you're looking to open your home to a furry little friend, there are still more loving pets that need forever homes. Yes, there was, I believe, like 180 pets that needed a home. Just every little bit helps.
Yeah.
Every little bit helps.
But also, if you can't afford a pet during the holiday season, make sure that you're not just taking a pet because you want to give one to your child. Making sure you have a good home for them, because we all have animals. But
and they said, like in January, a lot of pets go back, unfortunately, because people don't know how to handle them.
So make sure you have a welcome home that you can give them.
John has a forever home for every stray dog, right, John?
We'll all send him to John's house. He's got lots of dogs.
Got a few. Yeah, an animal as a gift is a tricky thing, because it's like you wouldn't
hope you like it.
Kid is a gift, right? So, and it's it's a long-term commitment. So you have to be sure your home is ready to accept. If it is, you got a friend for life. You got a friend for life. Forecast is looking pretty good, I think. We'll talk about that coming up in a few.
All right. Still ahead, the Bradenton police chief is, well, he's doing a little journey leading up to Suncoast. Linda Carson sat down and talked with her for this amazing Suncoast Woman segment.
And coming up later in the hour, is ISIS gaining ground? What officials have to say about their growing number of attacks. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
The agents at SWC would like to show you pictures of all the homes that they've sold quickly for their clients. But they're just too many to show. Contact SWC today and find out for yourself. We just market your home better.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
The year is winding down, and that means big savings for you during the Big Finish event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Come shop the area's largest selection of new Jeep Grand Cherokees, or save big on a brand new 2017 Jeep Patriot. Stop by today and drive away in a new Jeep Compass for just $14,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Flooring Depot has been serving Sarasota and Manatee counties for over 20 years with the best products and installation. Flooring Depot offers carpet, tile, hardwood, and more. Before you buy, give us a try. Stop by our showroom or visit us on the web at bestvaluecarpet.com.
Selling your home? Insist on a 3D showcase tour from Gulf Shores Realty. Virtual tours are flat and boring and look more like a slideshow than a tour. A 3D tour from Gulf Shores Realty is like actually walking through the home without the drive. Get instant access to your next home from any device. Multiple views give homebuyers a perspective like no other. For a limited time, mention ABC7 and Gulf Shores Realty will provide a complimentary 3D tour with your new listing.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
A gasp just went out in this newsroom when it was brought to their attention that winter is about a half an hour away. The official start to winter, and we are so far away from anything that feels like winter around here. 65-degree air temperature, a dew point coming in at 63. Got a little bit of cloud cover out there this morning. The cloud cover kind of thick. It'll take a little while to erode away. We have a stalled frontal boundary in the process of washing out 2 hours south, and that consequently is causing a very gentle lift to the air and creating the cloud cover that we see around. Northeast wind comes in at about 5. That northeast wind will be persistent over the next several days, east or northeast. We're looking at 63, Wauchula 64, Arcadia 64, Myakka Parish the same, Bradenton at 64, 65, Lakewood Ranch. We've got 65 in Northport, 64 in Punta Gorda, 66 in Inglewood, Venice, and Longboat Key. So across the peninsula right now, a frontal boundary is stuck down to our south. It has moved past. The cooler, somewhat drier air starting to filter into the region. It's certainly over the panhandle right now, and it continues to be driven southward on a northeasterly wind flow around an area of cold high pressure back to the north. That cold air is really not going to visit us all that much. We'll probably see a reduction in our temperatures a few degrees. And as we head into the later half of the work week, we'll watch this high-pressure ridge begin to migrate toward the Atlantic and our wind shift to a more easterly direction. That'll be a warm-up wind for us. We'll also watch a frontal boundary approach, but it will also not cool us off all that much, just increase our wind speeds a little bit. So all in all, we're kind of in a pattern that's not going to allow for any colder air to come our way, and we'll just keep our temperatures at or slightly above average for the next couple of days before those temperatures go well above average just in time for the weekend. Slightly cooler today, lots of clouds around. Sunny skies are on the way. It'll take a little while for those sunny skies to break through. We have basically a pattern that is west to east in upper levels of the atmosphere. You don't see any diving to the south of these clouds. And that means that the air, the cold air, is pretty much locked in place right where it is. We're not going to see any kind of southern extent to that colder air moving into our area. What we may see is a little bit of drier air aloft kind of filter in. That's indicated here by this tan colorization. That means a little bit more sunshine around for us as we head into tomorrow. Maybe even the second half of today we might see a little bit more sunshine around. But we'll certainly start the day with that little bit of cloud cover. Now, no rain under any of those clouds. We do have some showers over on the other coast, but nothing in our neck of the woods. It's dry as a bone in terms of rainfall for us. We have quiet roadways this morning. Fog, not the issue that it was over the last several mornings, so you can't rule out some patchy fog. I just don't think we're going to see any real dense fog around this morning. Northeast wind coming in at about 10 knots, turning north-northeast with time this afternoon. And we'll watch in the week ahead some very mild temperatures indeed. Mid-70s for a couple of days, perhaps, and then as we head into the weekend, we're back into the 80s by Christmas Day. Back to you.
All right, thanks so much, John.
All right, taking a look at Suncoast roadways. Everything is moving along. Excuse me. Yeah, everything's moving along. A little volume picking up there as you approach Cortez Road, heading northbound on 41, and also just east of 301 and 41 on State Road 64 heading towards 75, but not a lot more so than usual, but you're not going to be impeded from where you want to go. Also in Sarasota County, everything also is moving along there without any accidents or otherwise delays.
Well, if you live in Bradenton, there could come a time when your life is in one woman's hands, but rest assured you are safe.
That's good to know. ABC7's Linda Carson joins us now with the story of this week's amazing Suncoast woman, Bradenton Police Chief Melanie Bevan.
Bradenton Police Chief Melanie Bevan is a Florida native. She was born in Winter Park, grew up in Largo, and finished high school there.
I was in the band, very involved in the Band of Gold. Back then, it was being in the band, and particularly at Largo High, was a big deal.
She started classes at St. Pete Junior College while still in high school and worked at Montgomery Ward.
As a loss prevention specialist, and I was quite certain that there was no other job more influential or empowering than mine, right? I had a radio, I had a set of handcuffs, I could have the roam of the store.
And one day when she chased down a shoplifter, a female police officer came to arrest the guy.
I had my handcuffs and radio, but she had a whole gun belt.
Melanie was impressed. So at 19, she got a job at the St. Pete Police Department. She's had several close calls, once on a domestic call.
I stepped out and there, you know, on the porch is a woman with a 44 Magnum gun with a 10-inch barrel.
The woman opened fire.
I shot back. I wasn't really very accurate. I'm diving for the house, but I did shoot out her porch light.
That inspired Melanie to improve her shooting skills, and it got the attention of her superiors.
They actually brought me over to Vice and Narcotics, and for the next 5 years, I was Kathy Crackhead.
After the undercover work, she went back on patrol duty and back to college.
I went to school for 17 years and finished out the day with a doctorate.
And she was moving up through the ranks, but she couldn't have children, so she adopted 2 baby boys.
Had to travel to Ukraine, one of the most difficult things I've ever done, heartbreaking. You know, they came from an orphanage and pretty deplorable conditions there.
After 29 years on the St. Pete Police Force, she accepted the job in Bradenton. She has deep respect for the 120 officers she commands.
In most officers' heart, it's this commitment to just give of themselves and to protect society and protect their community and to do it without regard for their own safety.
But she's determined to keep them safe. And the life lesson she's teaching her sons?
Hard work and perseverance and a commitment, you know, to doing things the right way.
These are all of the badges that Chief Bevan has worn during her long career, but the badge she wears today is the most precious. This is the Memorial Badge. It's worn in honor of a fallen officer who died in the line of duty. This has been a horrible, deadly year, and she and the Bradenton Police Department are wearing this badge until the end of the year. Linda Carson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Well, Chief Bevan says she still lives in St. Pete, but that's only until her 2 17-year-old sons finish high school. Now, once they're off to college, she will be moving back to Bradenton.
Yes, then with the empty nest, she could come down here and totally not have to do the commute, which I'm sure is no fun. Yeah, she's been chief for 10 months now. Even with the drive she has to make, she says she definitely made the right decision to come to work here. Keep
Still
up the
ahead.
good work.
Yeah, definitely. Go ahead. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast. The world's largest convenience store chain is hosting drone experiments, what customers are enjoying during the trial run.
And coming up at 5:30, burglaries are on the rise this time of year. We'll tell you what law enforcement says you can do to help prevent some crime around the holidays. Stay tuned.
Holiday scratch-offs are here, and oh, they make great surprises. Imagine the joy they will bring. With over $126 million in prizes, use them for a wreath or a place card for your feast. Attach them, scratch them, and let the magic happen. Holiday scratch-offs. The Florida Lottery has them. Just imagine.
This holiday season, give the greatest gifts of all, safety and peace of mind. Subaru offers more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. And Subaru has the best resale value of all brands for 2016. Now, during the Subaru Share the Love event, you can lease a new Forester for just $209 a month or get 0% financing. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
They care. They take the time to understand you, take the time to understand your case.
There's no better satisfaction to me than to see a client who is happy because of the job we've done for them.
It's really actually very comforting to know that there's someone that you've heard of and you're getting recommendations about that you can turn to when you have a problem.
I felt like I had a partner in this, and he was going to be by my side.
Don't miss the 19th annual Thunder by the Bay Motorcycle Festival, January 5th through the 8th, to benefit Suncoast Charities for Children. This year's festival welcomes special guest Blue Oyster Cult to the premier sports campus at Lakewood Ranch on January 8th at 4 p.m. Admission is free. Festival events include a sporting clay tournament, kickoff party, welcome Thunder event, Cruise for Cash charity motorcycle ride, and a 2-day Rockin' and Ridin' at the Ranch festival featuring vendors, live music, a Taste of Thunder area, and more. VIP tickets are available. For tickets and info, visit thunderbythebay.org.
Well, it's 5:27, and the Amazon Echo is selling out for Christmas.
I don't even know what
Really?
that is.
That's when you
actually.
say, I forget her name, Siri, what does this mean? And she just in the corner of the kitchen somewhere just finds all the information you need. Can you get us movie tickets?
Oh,
Boom.
okay.
Yeah, I don't-
Interesting. Well, I guess we're about to find out more details for me. ABC's Diane Macedo and Candace Gibson have the details.
In Tech Bites, another hot holiday gift nearly sold out.
Amazon's voice-controlled speaker, the Echo, has sold out on Amazon.com, but you can still find them in Amazon stores. They'll be back in stock online next Tuesday. But move over Amazon and Google. 7-Eleven is making regular deliveries by drone.
The chain and drone maker Flirty have made 77 drone deliveries in Reno. Deliveries typically take less than 10 minutes. Mark Zuckerberg is showing off the artificial intelligence he built to help run his home.
The AI called Jarvis is inspired by the system from Iron Man, and see if you recognize the voice.
Jarvis also helps me get ready in the morning. Fresh shirt, fire in the hole.
Not only the voice of God, Morgan Freeman, there is the voice of Jarvis, which turns lights on and off, plays music, and makes toast. Zuckerberg admits it is just a demo that he posted online for feedback.
Those are your Tech Bites.
Tech Bites, brought to you by Downy.
I love you so much. That's why I bought 6 of you, for when you stretch out.
I want you to stay this bright blue forever. That's why you'll stay in this drawer, forever.
I can't live without you, and that's why I'll never ever wash you.
Protect your clothes from the damage of the wash with Downy Fabric Conditioner. It not only softens and freshens, it helps protect clothes from stretching, fading, and fuzz. So your favorite clothes stay your favorite clothes. Downy Fabric Conditioner. Wash in the wow.
Your vision benefits are about to expire, so it's time to use them. VisionWorks accepts hundreds of plans, including Davis Vision, and you'll get 50% off a second pair of glasses when you use your insurance. Time is running out, so use your vision benefits at VisionWorks.
More pet parents are turning to grain-free Blue Freedom to help their dogs be at their best. Made with the finest natural ingredients, Blue Freedom has no grains, no glutens, and for some dogs, there's no better diet.
ABC 7 is the most watched, most trusted news source on the Suncoast, and we owe it all to you, our loyal viewers. Thank you for making us #1.
Only Fiat gives you Italian engineering with a heavy dose of Suncoast style. So what are you waiting for? Hurry in for big savings during the Big Finish event going on now at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today at our new kitchen and bath cabinetry locations.
Sarasota, we're uncorking something special at Michael's Wine Cellar and Tasting Room. Shop in a relaxed atmosphere with our wine specialists. You'll find 1,000 international wines, 200 under $20. National brand and boutique liquors at competitive pricing. Handcrafted beers. Stop by Michael's Wine Cellar and Tasting Room today and let us show you something exceptional.
Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
Hey, I'm really glad that you're taking a few moments to check out this video about the ministry of First Sarasota, Downtown Baptist Church. I'm William Hill, lead pastor here at First Sarasota. For the last 15 years, it's been my privilege to share in the life of this faith community, a community that centers itself around faith, friends, and family. Indeed, it is a ministry that's been in existence right here in this wonderful city for over a century.
Alex Karras Lincoln's holiday sales event is here. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sports Utility for $269 per month, or a 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We are proud to introduce the newest addition to the Lincoln lineup, the all-new 2017 Lincoln Continental. We have a great selection and ready for immediate delivery. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
There was a big cloud of smoke that started to disperse at night.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, a firework market blowing up in Mexico. Details on the explosion that's claimed at least 29 lives.
And the search is on for a terrorist in Berlin. What authorities are doing to catch the one responsible for the Christmas market attack. Plus,
it is impossible to come to zero in terms of risk.
With law enforcement on high alert, how can we feel safe this holiday season? We'll tell you what's being done to help keep all of us safe here in the U.S.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
welcome back and thanks for joining us. I'm Jacqueline Matter.
Along with John Scalzi, I'm Don Brennan. Thank you for joining us. And December 21st, Wednesday. Now, December 21st is the shortest day of the year, correct?
It is.
Yes, I saw that.
Sunlight, right?
I saw that on Twitter.
It is the time when the sun starts moving back toward the north. So even though we haven't reached our coldest temperatures yet, we can at least be assured that the sun is moving in the direction that'll bring us our fall.
All right.
Or spring, rather.
So make the most of daylight today, that's for sure.
Right.
And
that
first day
happens
of winter,
in
right?
about, what, 10 minutes?
10 minutes?
Yes.
Yeah, I walked outside yesterday and I was like, it's still kind of dark out. I was a little surprised, I guess. I don't know if I should have been surprised.
It was dark, but still 80 degrees, right?
Yeah, exactly. Hot.
Exactly. So that's good. And the march of the seasons continues, and you know, we're headed towards some warmer temperatures down the road. Although we don't need any warmer temperatures. Right? We don't. We need some cooler temperatures, at least for a brief period of time. But you know, maybe if you look at some of the long-range models, it might seem like perhaps toward the end of the year, like New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, day after, we got a significant cold front maybe coming through.
Significant meaning how significant, John?
I mean, like dropping us down below average temperatures, kind of
What's
significant.
below average?
Well, it would put us into
a lot
like
of questions.
mid-60s for a daytime high.
Okay, that could be reasonable.
We'll see if that happens. We'll see if that happens. But for today, a little bit of cloud cover around, slowly clearing. Daytime high temperatures, again, above average, 75 to 78 for a high. Back to you guys.
Checking out traffic right now. Everything's looking good on Suncoast, which is good to hear. Not a lot of volume, and definitely no accidents or delays in Manatee County. And as I speak, there is one in Sarasota County. That's on Derrick Avenue at Clark Road, so be aware of that. It's just around McIntosh. So those of you driving on Clark, be aware. Derrick Avenue and Clark Road, there is an accident, not a lot of volume, so it's not affecting a lot of things right now. And topping our news this half hour, new developments in the tragic and deadly situation in Mexico as a major fireworks market explodes.
So far, officials have confirmed at least 29 people are dead, with dozens more injured in the aftermath. ABC's Maggie Ruley has more.
What should be a sign of celebration turning into tragedy.
Just outside Mexico City, the country's best-known fireworks market, crowded with shoppers buying fireworks for the holidays, explodes in a massive display of smoke and flames. As the fire spread, the fireworks just kept detonating. This woman even heard the blast in a neighborhood nearby, saying it was loud and there were several explosions. Fusion reporter Rafa Fernandez visited the scene.
There was a big cloud of smoke that started to disperse at night. But, you know, there's a lot of people crying, a lot of state police, firemen, the Mexican Red Cross arrived on the scene. And it really looks like a war zone. It reminded me of some of the images I've seen in Syria or Iraq.
In the aftermath, confusion and chaos. Even the occasional pop from another exploding firework as people walk through the rubble looking for victims. Dozens of police secured the market, keeping onlookers away. A heavy scent of gunpowder still lingering in the air. So far, there's no word on what sparked the explosion. This is the third devastating explosion at the market since 2005, and Mexican authorities are launching a federal investigation to find out exactly what happened and who is responsible. Maggie Rulli, ABC News, Washington.
Well, a massive manhunt is underway across Germany following the horrific truck attack on a Christmas market in the heart of Berlin earlier this week.
ISIS now claimed to have inspired this attack. The suspect or suspects still remain at large and also assumed to be armed and dangerous. We have a live look this morning at the aftermath following the attack that a truck caused when it plowed through the market, killing at least 12 people and injuring more than 45 people. It rammed through the area while carrying 25 tons of steel, causing massive damage to buildings and pop-up shops while hurting unexpected locals. And this video captured on a cell phone shows the chaos that ensued. Berlin police now saying that the body found in the truck was not at the wheel during the attack and appears to have been shot to death within an hour of the attack. Police arrested a 23-year-old Pakistani immigrant. After further investigation, they let him go, unable to link him to the truck or the scene, and now the hunt continues with officials waiting on further confirmation who they're looking for.
Now, we assume that this is a terrorist attack. I know that it would be especially hard to bear for us if it was to be confirmed that a person committed this act who was given protection and asylum in Germany. This would be especially disgusting.
Investigators currently racing against time, fearful that whoever is on the run could launch another attack while the nation mourns.
Yeah, and while locals in the area are unable to assist in that manhunt, they are taking time to pay their respects to the victims of the attack. Here you can see them holding candles in honor of those fallen, their thoughts and prayers going out to the families of those who lost loved ones. And everyone hoping the person responsible for this senseless act of violence is brought to justice immediately so the nation can find some peace during what is supposed to be a joyous time of year. And as terrorist acts continue, officials claim ISIS is becoming more capable worldwide.
They're expanding. While their network seems to be diminishing in many regions, the attack this week is proof of their spreading forces. California Representative Darrell Issa says single-man attacks from the terrorist organization are becoming more popular and relatively easier to carry out.
These so-called sometimes lone wolves, in fact, are very effective in spreading terror on a random basis.
He says for the last few years, the U.S. has not done enough to help prevent the attacks from spreading, and that in this new year, efforts must be taken to prevent further violence.
And Issa is not the only one who thinks more needs to be done here in preventing the spread of ISIS forces. Now the families of 3 victims from the Orlando nightclub shooting are taking a stand against companies they believe are responsible for fueling the problem. They're filing a lawsuit against Twitter, Facebook, and Google, claiming those sites have allowed ISIS access for spreading terrorist propaganda and luring recruits. According to the lawsuit, without the sites, quote, the explosive growth of ISIS over the last few years would not have been possible.
With all this talk of terrorist threats, law enforcement officers have moved into high alert. With Christmas and New Year's Eve celebrations coming right around the corner, large cities taking extra precautions against potential attacks, and officials saying they're planning to remain vigilant.
It is impossible to come to zero in terms of risk. So these things are part of living in a free society. We have people at the airport, we have people in shopping centers, we have people, you know, in any concerts and places where people congregate, and that's the ongoing. We don't just do that to react to incidents.
Experts also say it's important for individuals to remain aware and call in law enforcement whenever they notice any type of suspicious behavior. Like they say, if you see something, say something.
Certainly.
Yes, and dangerous situations don't just happen in large events this time of year.
Yeah, crimes such as burglaries and break-ins also tend to rise as locals purchase high-price items for the holidays. Check out this video. Here you can see a man carrying a large TV to his car after stealing it from a home, barely able to even get it into the back seat. Now, as he attempts to get into the vehicle, two other burglars, there they are, hop in the car with iPhones and tablets, all stolen from this house where the driveway was right where they were parked at. But besides stealing the electronics, all the other presents were also taken from the home as well. Just a simple reminder to be careful and lock all your doors and windows before you leave the house and at night.
And this little girl did not even get the chance to do that. At just 11 years old, Ashley says she was alone when she came face to face with 4 burglars in her Florida home this week. While hiding in her room, she heard the men break into their home and then called 911. She was on the phone with 911 when the robbers broke down the door to her room. She says when they saw her, they became more frightened than even she was, and they went running. Apparently, knowing that help was on the way sent them into a frenzy and sent them scampering as they later crashed their vehicle while trying to flee the area.
Oh my gosh, well, good for her.
Yes,
well, in an effort to help parents get home and spend some time with their families this holiday season, Walmart is changing their store hours. Workers will get a little more time off this Christmas Eve as the retail giant says it will shut its doors at 6 p.m. on Saturday. Now, over the last couple of years, Walmart closed at 8 p.m. on Christmas Eve. But the COO of Walmart said the company appreciates its workers and hopes this is a way to show gratitude to them. Good for them. I wish more companies would do that.
Because we always talk about it's the thought that counts. It's the time of the year. It's more about the feeling than the money. But
and there's lots of giving, but you know, some time off.
Exactly.
With quality time with your family is more important.
To be leaving to go to work. So that's good for them. That's good to hear. And
am I cynical, or am I wondering what the last 2 hours of Walmart's profitability were on Christmas Eve?
True. Touche.
I don't know.
John's like, really? 2 more hours? Isn't that big of a deal?
Were they making any money in those last 2 hours? I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe they were. Maybe this was a lovely gesture, and that's the way I'm going to look at it. Nice weather shaping up for you today. We'll talk about that in a second.
And coming up, could your favorite foods be hiding ingredients? Oh no, what items should you check for stealthy sugars? We'll tell you.
Selling your home? Insist on a 3D showcase tour from Gulf Shores Realty. Virtual tours are flat and boring and look more like a slideshow than a tour. A 3D tour from Gulf Shores Realty is like actually walking through the home without the drive. Get instant access to your next home from any device. Multiple views give homebuyers a perspective like no other. For a limited time, mention ABC7 and Gulf Shores Realty will provide a complimentary 3D tour with your new listing.
Holiday scratch-offs are here, and oh, they make great surprises. Imagine the joy they will bring. With over $126 million in prizes, use them for a wreath or a place card for your feast. Attach them, scratch them, and let the magic happen. Holiday scratch-offs. The Florida Lottery has them. Just imagine.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
This holiday season, give the greatest gifts of all, performance and peace of mind. Subaru was named the 2016 Best Overall Brand, Most Trusted and Best Performance Brand by Kelley Blue Book. And ALT has named Subaru its top mainstream brand for residual value for 2016. Now during the Subaru Share the Love event, you can lease a new Outback for just $229 a month or get 0% financing. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Don't miss the 19th annual Thunder by the Bay Motorcycle Festival, January 5th through the 8th, to benefit Suncoast Charities for Children. This year's festival welcomes special guest Blue Oyster Cult to the premier sports campus at Lakewood Ranch on January 8th at 4 p.m. Admission is free. Festival events include a sporting clay tournament, kickoff party, welcome Thunder event, Cruise for Cash charity motorcycle ride, and a 2-day Rockin' and Ridin' at the Ranch festival featuring vendors, live music, a taste of Thunder area, and more. VIP tickets are available. For tickets and info, visit thunderbybthebay.org.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Rich finishes, beautiful colors, and over 1,000 different fabrics and leathers to choose from. With Bassett Custom Furniture at Bacon's Furniture and Bedding. Get a quality-built Bassett Queen Sleeper with your choice of inner spring, gel, or Air Dream mattress, starting at only $9.99. Come in today, and we'll guarantee your Bassett Custom Furniture will be shipped before the holidays. With our complimentary design service, start designing, start loving. Only at Bacon's Furniture and Bedding in Port Charlotte. Nobody beats Bacon's.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Pleasant start to the morning. We have temperatures outside which are slightly cooler, at least the dew point value slightly less. Air temperature as well, down about 4 degrees from where we were yesterday at this hour, 65 degrees. We'll probably bottom it out at around 62 or so. We have a little bit of cloud cover out there, though. That's the only thing. That cloud cover is going to be kind of tough to erode away. It's going to hang in there because we have a frontal boundary down to our south that's stuck. And we have to wash that frontal boundary out of here before we can get rid of our cloud cover. 64 degrees, Perry 65, Bradenton, Lakewood Ranch at 65, 64, Mayaca 63, and Wauchula 64, Arcadia. Folks in Northport, you've got 65. You got 65 in Venice as well. Inglewood comes in at 65, so does Sarasota, and Longboat Key comes in at 66. Not much in the way of any kind of inclement weather across the region. Despite the cloud cover, you're not going to see much in the way of any kind of rainfall. We have this frontal boundary that's kind of stuck down to our south now. It's the one that took, seems like forever, to move down the state of Florida. Very slow-moving, quasi-stationary front, just hung down to the south right now, and it'll eventually just melt away, wash away, dissipate. Until then, the warm, moist, humid air from the south kind of lifts up over top of that front in a very slow, even fashion, bringing us that kind of cloud cover that we see outside our door. Now, that cloud cover will eventually wash away, but until then, undercutting it at the surface, a northeast wind has established itself around this big ridge of high pressure. Eventually, that northeast wind is going to shift a little bit more easterly, and that will spell a warm-up for us, especially as we head into the weekend. We have a frontal boundary approaching, but that too is not going to really lower our temperatures all that much, just might get us a little bit breezy around here on Friday. So, slightly cooler today, lots of cloud cover around, which will slowly erode away and give us a little bit more sunshine with time, but we have to wait for it, so sunny skies are on the way. Now, if you look at the cloud pattern across the nation, one thing is particularly evident, and that is the motion of these clouds is from west to east. There's no dip in the cloud pattern. They're not diving south. So consequently, cold air is not in our forecast because the jet stream is just not going to allow it. It's more of a west to east flow instead of a southern dip, like it was earlier this week when you had that big dip of jet stream air that allowed for the frigid temperatures across the nation. Well, now we got a warm up ongoing across the eastern seaboard, slowly. And we'll start to see that warm-up take place. And many records, I think, warm temperature records will be broken on Christmas Day along the eastern seaboard because of that. May also be a strong low-pressure area developing that could create some travel nightmares for some of the northern tier states as well. For us here in Florida, this dry air indicated by the tan contour assures us the clouds will eventually erode away and we'll be left with a lot more sunshine over the course of the next 48 hours or so. A little bit of rain showers over on the other coast. Not much happening here locally. Everything looks pretty quiet in that regard, so that's good news. As far as fog goes, that's not the issue it has been in the last few days. Northeast wind comes in at about 10, and the week ahead looks good with a very warm weekend. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, John. Taking a look at Suncoast roadways. Volume picking up, but not badly. Everything's moving along as normal this time in the morning in Manatee County. 75 is completely free and clear of, it even seems like, any traffic. So might be a good route to take right now. Sarasota County, for the most part, is looking good with normal volume. There is one accident that's on Derrick Avenue at Clark Road. So I mean, as you're heading to 75, that might be an issue, but there's no road blockage and no backup at this point in the morning. But Derrick Avenue and Clark Road in Sarasota County is the only impediment on our radar for all of the Suncoast this morning.
Well, Don, for those of us who are trying to watch our waistline during the holiday season, it may seem like a no-brainer to make an effort to cut back on the sugary sweets, of course.
Just as I filled my coffee with sugar. Sure, but according to doctors, it's the added sugars that are in many processed foods that we have to be aware of because they're not always as easy to spot. Sugar is obviously in soda, in candy, but also in thousands of other foods on the market, some you may not even realize, like salad dressing, ketchup, and even barbecue sauce.
You need to be very aware of the processed food you're eating and avoid those when possible, and eat real, whole, fresh food whenever possible, because it's not the sugar that you add to your diet that's the problem. It's the sugar that's added by corporations in the food industry.
Science also shows that sugar not only makes people gain weight, but can even prevent folks from losing it. Doctors say that a teaspoon of sugar here and there is okay, and it's really what you do all day, every day, that matters most. Yes.
Yesterday we were talking about you can only, they say, 12 teaspoons of sugar a day. So much for those cookies I was going to make today. Those went out the window.
No, you can still make them. Don't worry. You don't have to
I'll
eat
bring them for you.
Yes, exactly. There you go.
All right. Well, stay with us.
We'll be right back.
On Suncoast View. I'm Stephanie Roberts on Suncoast View. A Mote marine scientist is on a national TV series, plus an all-Dream Homes edition of Suncoast for Sale and the best holiday dinners. Today at 4 on Suncoast View.
Only Fiat gives you Italian engineering with a heavy dose of Suncoast style. So what are you waiting for? Hurry in for big savings during the Big Finish event going on now at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
Using baby powder or talc may lead to ovarian cancer. $72 million was awarded in a recent talc lawsuit after lawyers found secret internal documents showing that the baby powder manufacturer knew about the link between talcum powder and ovarian cancer for decades, but never told the public. If you were diagnosed with ovarian cancer after using talcum powder on a regular basis, you may qualify for a cash award. Call 800-793-6621. 800-793-6621.
Christmas Tradition by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
And for a limited time, Minnesota Flooring is offering you unbelievable pricing on tile and laminate. Porcelain tile only $1.59. Ceramic tile 99 cents. And 16 by 16 tile $1.19. Laminate flooring is only 99 cents. But these prices won't last. Don't miss out on these great deals. Hurry into Minnesota Flooring today.
Alex Karras Lincoln's holiday sales event is here. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sports Utility for $269 per month, or a 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We are proud to introduce the newest addition to the Lincoln lineup, the all-new 2017 Lincoln Continental. We have a great selection and ready for immediate delivery. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Well, you've heard of looking for love in all the wrong places, right? Well, this gentleman was looking online, and he did an old school, actually. George King was tired of being online and alone for Christmas, so he decided to do something about it. He put up wanted signs looking for a girlfriend, and to his surprise, he got a quick response. The woman who responded to his sign says she was also feeling a bit sad this holiday season after losing her dad this year, so she took a chance and called the number.
Really, I felt like it was a God thing. I felt like I was the one to see that sign for a reason, and that was my sign.
It really fascinates me, and she took time to care.
And the two did meet. She brought him a holiday gift. She says the Christmas magic works in mysterious ways.
Oh. Maybe that's how I'll meet some friends here in Sarasota.
Oh, stop.
Could be.
You have a friend in John at the
Oh,
very
At least she'll be my friend.
Trust me,
Don,
you
not
will
so
be
much.
very popular around here,
All
no
right.
doubt about it.
Well,
That seemed like a screenplay waiting to happen.
There you go.
It is indeed. Well, we'll talk more about that. It's 5:57. We'll come back with more news shortly.